Alright, this video is starting off as a live stream, so I've only got one shot, because this is going to be your guide to farming legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So days of testing have shown us that Cerulean appears to be wrong, that you don't need to get a 31 catch combo to get the best odds of getting legendary birds, and you can actually farm them in a really short amount of time. So after a little bit of testing, it looks like we have the best spot, looks like we have the best chances, looks like we have all kinds of good stuff going for us, so I'm going to be breaking that down for you guys today. So let's go over to Pewter City. Pewter City is where we need to go. And at first, I thought Viridian Forest was going to be the best place. You just kind of go in and out of the exit of Viridian Forest. You have the wild Pokemon spawns in the sky that happen right there. But no, you actually want to head on over to Mount Moon. And if you have a flying Pokemon and you're in the post game, which is what you need to do, then you should be able to get over there pretty quickly. So to get legendary birds to spawn in the sky, you need to catch them in the post game, or not even post game, just catch them at some point in the game, and then they will start appearing in the sky. Now these Pokemon are incredibly rare, but we can kind of do a couple of little things to make them spawn more, get them to happen faster, all kinds of stuff like that. So if you've been playing the game, you might have even like stumbled into a Zapdos, a Moltres, or an Articuno, and this seems to be the best spot. So now the grinding begins. We're gonna be here for a while, but it's actually gonna be something pretty nice. And now we can also start our little counter up to kind of get an idea as to what's happening. So that's technically going to be 2. And then we can go. So as you can see, Pokemon spawn in here pretty quickly. If we have a lure active, it's going to be even better. I don't remember if I have a lure active, so we can go and check that out. So really, that's the only thing. Like, I don't know if the lure actually increases the chance of getting the legendary birds to spawn, because it helps out rare Pokemon, but it looks like legendary birds, they're on their own separate encounter table. So yeah, you activate the lure, boom, 3 Pokemon instantly, and then it's just about how fast you can do this, how much you can keep the mental up, and how much this works. Also, not like that. You know, you have to actually let the Pokemon spawn. You have to, you know, quickly judge which ones they are, and then it's going to be good. So that's 3 right there. You can see 3 shadows. The maximum amount of Pokemon that can spawn in the sky is 3. So once you hit 3, you're done. You're good to go. We've already encountered 12 Pokemon. Now, the odds of spawning a legendary bird seems to be about 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 1,500. Without farming a Pokemon to like 31 catch combo, I was able to get it within 30 minutes. And then while doing the catch combo, while doing it inefficiently in Viridian Forest, took about 2 hours. But this appears to just be the straightforward way of doing it. You don't have to do any gimmicks, you don't have to do anything special. Just run in and out for a while, and then that's going to be the legendary Pokemon. Now at the beginning of the video, I used Madame Celadon, and I did Pokemon with a bold nature. I'm going to be targeting Articuno for this video, or just the stream and getting a competitive Articuno, but the problem is, you can't determine which legendary bird you get. It's random. So they kind of have their own separate encounter tables. That makes it a little weird right there. But for the natures, I recommend Timid Nature on Zapdos, Bold Nature for Articuno, and then Moltres is a Modest Nature. And then for the movesets, I feel like some kind of tanky, disruptive Articuno is a good way to go. So you have Ice Beam to deal with Grass-type Pokemon, and then you can go for Toxic, Roost. Articuno is just a really bulky Pokemon, so Bold Nature is going to really make it super tanky. Roost, that's also going to be very powerful as well. So just kind of like a stalling, not as offensive Pokemon for the Articuno. Zapdos, it's another toxic staller, except it can also bring damage behind that Thunderbolt, and some of them even like to run the Drill Peck, because you can use Drill Peck just to kind of hit Pokemon for decent amounts of damage if they are weak to it, and then you have Roost, and it's going to be a pretty broken Pokemon. As for the Moltres, I think Moltres has a lot of potential, that it has a very high special attack on that 125, so Moltres, you can run Roost, I'm trying to remember, Roost, Air Slash, Flamethrower, and then it gets Will-O-Wisp. So it can actually be a really good status Pokemon for your team as well. And we already have an Articuno inside the guide. What was that? 45 Pokemon? 40-ish Pokemon? Are you... Alright, so yeah, this is what I mean. Like, you don't need the 31 catch combo to make this happen. I already have Bold. We're already set up. So I think all that happens now is that we fly in with Charizard, and then we're done. And like, you can just look for the shadows. You can just look for that, and then you're set up, and you're good to go. I made a mistake, though. I forgot to buy more Ultra Balls, because we're going to be here for a while. Some people, like, the anecdotal evidence is that some people say the Pokemon can flee, other people say they can't. I've been in battles where I've thrown 50 Pokeballs, or like 50 balls at the Pokemon. I've done dozens of minutes, you know, almost 20 minutes to try to get the Pokemon. But yeah, that's kind of it. Also, for the legendary guide, I didn't understand how the legendary birds work. you can actually, like the first one I did. So you can actually use berries on the Pokemon. Not now. So when they have the aura around them, you know, it's either like fire, electricity, ice, something like that. It's going to have the aura like that. So yeah, you just can't feed the berries. But when that wears off, you can eventually throw the berries. Also, you know, patience is key. But one of those times where it's hard to always be patient about this, especially when the Pokemon's launching off attacks. But Articuno appears to be the easiest for me to capture. Zapdos and Moltres, they kind of drift around a little more, and they're kind of high, so it's harder to target them. But yeah, in this case, alright, good. We got Articuno right there. We can use our Golden Raspberry, and then we can just kind of pray that we get a really good throw on top of it. But yeah, it's also really easy to overshoot. And, oh, and there goes our Golden Raspberry anyways. So you have a little opportunity to make that happen, and we're just going to be here for a while. So maybe skip ahead in the guide, you know, use the little YouTube scroll bar, you know, what is it? Scrub through the video. That's the terminology. Scrub through the video until you don't see Articuno on the screen anymore, and then we can kind of resume the guide. But that's pretty much it. You catch legendary birds, you go to Mount Moon, because Mount Moon just seems to be way OP. This is where I get the fastest encounters, it's where I get the most encounters, it's where I end up with the most legendary Pokemon. We've actually caught Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos here already, and that's in a very short amount of time when you think about like the rarity of the legendary Pokemon. And then it's just going to be a while of throwing balls at them, but at least this is what I'm targeting, so now we're going to have a competitive Moltres set up pretty quickly. So yeah, and then you catch them, you get them to level 100, because unfortunately they don't come with any max IVs, so you're just done? Nah. They don't come with any max IVs, so you have to get them to level 100. They're kind of slow to level up, but once you get a big Chansey combo going, you could probably get a legendary Pokemon in about an hour and a half up to level 100, depending on how many other Pokemon that you're training. And then that's it. So I recommend you catch all the legendary birds, you get them all competitively set up, because as you can see, it doesn't take a lot of time. We actually got pretty lucky on this Articuno, it feels. Look at that. So you get them all, you batch them up to level 100, and then you're done. And that's kind of all there is to it. After that, your biggest decision is how legendary, not legendary, yeah, how many you want to go, how competitive you want to be with this. And then you have like a Charizard, even an Onix. Like if you use Onix, you can run up there and encounter them. So yeah, that's it. We got 1 in 15 right there. This is like the golden bottle cap all over again. I did a guide on like how long it takes to get golden bottle caps. I thought it was like an hour, and we got it instantly. Now it's time to do the same on the on these guys. So that's gonna be 1, and you just kind of look for that big, bulky bird in the sky. This is gonna be 2, and then we go. Actually, I need to, before I start this chain again, I need to buy Ultra Balls. That's something that we need to stock up on. Maybe a couple extra lures, even though you're not really using lures too much. So, including the last one I caught, which was Zapdos at the end of the last stream, I think, because it was Moltres first, then Zapdos, and I won the Zapdos, and I think we ended up with the timid Zapdos. So, I mean, I almost have, actually, I do have, wow, guys, I already have all of the legendary birds competitive right now that I'm thinking about it, because I had Modest Nature when I did my first guide. So the thing is, I didn't have much time. Wait, no, oh, I just realized I did it at different days. That upsets me. So yeah, I did Modest Nature for Zapdos and Articuno when I did the guide, and I think after I caught Moltres first, and I didn't have Madame Celadon, and then I set up Madame Celadon, maybe, or maybe I just have a different Moltres hanging around somewhere, because I would have had the Modest Moltres. So that's also something like if you're catching them in the games, I recommend Bold Articuno, because that's guaranteed, and then the Timid Zapdos and the Modest Moltres. But I mean, we have a lot of these guys pretty good right now. I have multiple Moltres, and I have multiple Pokemon, so maybe one of them is correct. Also, my Pokedex looking pretty nice right now. So yeah, there's the Articuno. I think this is the random one we caught yesterday. Adamant Nature. No, relaxed. Hey, we do have a Modest. Maybe that is the one. Victory Road. Alright, cool. So that's actually, never mind. That's the Victory Road one. So that's sick. And then we have a lot of the Pokemon that we just caught today. Right there. And yeah, that's kind of crazy. I caught Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno in a row. This one's Adamant, just in case I got like an Adamant Shiny Dragonite while I was hunting. But the 31 combo doesn't matter. And I think the 31 combo actually makes the odds worse, because Charizard and Dragonite are force spawning with priority over the legendary birds. So by having a 31 catch combo, you're actually making it harder to get the legendary birds to spawn. So Cerebi is like extra wrong. We have Timid Nature on the Zapdos. We have Bold Nature. So I mean, we have all the ones that we need right there. This guy is looking pretty alright. We actually got a best hit points, but that doesn't really... We're still using a gold bottle cap for it regardless. So, I mean, I have all the legendary birds ready to go competitively. It took me 30 minutes to get Zapdos. It took almost no time to get that Articuno. I mean, we can do this as long as we want, and then we're going to be set. Fighting Moltres right now. I'm also reading this off of chat. So, fighting Moltres right now. I'm just like, my brain got stuck. Is that the in-game Moltres, or is that a wild Moltres? So, Ultra Ball, let's be safe and grab like 70 of them. I'm always using Ultra Balls, so it doesn't really matter how many I get, because you can buy 500, and eventually you're going to run out of Ultra Balls. So then we can also go for Super Lures. Let's grab, 20 of those, patch it up. Alright, now we're back on the hunt. Let's Go Pikachu is the best game. It's these little things. It's the crazy amount of optimization. It's the crazy amount of reward that you get out of the game that makes it like, yeah, these games are absolutely amazing, to be honest. So let me just go and set everything up again. All right, good. And yeah, so I think that proves it. I think that proves that the catch combo of 31 actually makes it worse, because it took us 2.5 hours with a catch combo to get the legendary birds, and then it took us that time to not do it. Very interesting. Let's go and get another legendary just as we're walking right there. So yeah, there's like other ways I was testing it out. I tested running back and forth through here. It's like, okay, that spawns, and then you go over here, and then that spawns. That just seemed to be slower. It wastes lures. The best thing you can do, we already got a 3 spawn cap right there, so if none of those guys despawn, that's also going to eat up on the route. Why super lures instead of max lures? I think they're like 5% more efficient, like money per step. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but it's still something. So yeah. And now we just chill. Actually, no, wait. Now it begins again. So +1 and done. So now we're just going to do this for a while. Is it going to take another 5 minutes? Is it going to take 5 hours? Who knows? Shiny legendary time. No, well, the thing is, to get a shiny legendary, the 31 catch combo is needed. But that means that, you're getting a less chance of legendary Pokemon, it looks like. And then it's still like a 1 in 1,000 chance on top of a 1 in 276 chance. And one of the other Pokemon could spawn shinies instead. So getting a shiny legendary this way just seems impossible. But if several thousand people watch this guide, and then they try to farm for legendaries, and each of them get a legendary, there's a chance one of them has. Maybe 2, maybe 3 gets a shiny. But then you're not getting the guaranteed nature. Then it's not, set in stone as to what you're going to get. That Fearow, it's kind of weird when they spawn, because that Articuno spawned on the left, so its shadow went over the Pokemon Center, so it looked really weird. But yeah, you can just kind of keep going like this. Once all 3 spawn, nothing more is going to spawn. It's not like they're going to get in your way or something. It's not like something bad is going to happen. There's not going to be a legendary spawning as you're walking in once you wait for all 3, and it's just that easy, that long. So now I guess I can engage with chat now, because that was the guide section of the video. Guide is over. Guide is done. Now we're just back to more testing, more farming. This is why I'm the best PokeTuber, guys. I actually go out, I make it work, and it's sad the YouTube algorithm and all the dislike botting and the fake hate changes that. Everyone watching the video right now, need you to leave a like, or else this video is going to get buried and suppressed by the botting, which is unfortunate, considering I think I just proved that this is the best legendary capture guide. Is this a continuation from the other stream? Yeah, it's part 2. That's why I said. That's why it's number 2 in the thumbnail. Because I was really confused at the end of the stream when we got the full, like, no catch combo Zapdos a lot faster than it took us to get the Moltres. So because that happened, I wanted to double check that. I think at the end of the stream, I said I have to do it again. I'm gonna either come back in a day or 2 and do the exact same thing. Oh, hey, we got the Dragonite. I mean, we saw, I think, 2 Dragonite, a Charizard for the Zapdos. We got the Articuno before it. So, I mean, maybe the odds are like 1... No, I don't want to say 1 in 500, but I mean, I think it is. Because we got the 1 in 300 reset for the Zapdos. And sometimes it just takes a little longer for the Pidgey. So we got the 1 in, well, it was like 1 in 400 something times 3. So, I mean, it was like roughly a 1 in 140 times 3. So, you know, it was like 1 in 4, 1 in 500 to get the Zapdos. And I think that was actually closer to being on odds, especially now that we got the Articuno so quick. And when I got my random Articuno for my reaction video, I think that was not on a catch combo. It might have been, because I think there was a Charizard in the air. But, I mean, that was just kind of random. So I think that the Charizard Dragonite, their spawns actually get in the way. And now our luck is just kind of crazy. You know, just random Pokemon spawning the entire time. For Shiny Legendary Bird, is the catch combo worth it? Well, I mean, it looks like it isn't. If it actually makes it harder to get the Legendary Birds because of that, then, like, it technically makes it worth it because the catch combo drops the odds down from, like, 1 in 1,000. But it's actually, like, 5 extra. I'm trying to think, what's lore plus, Shiny Charm, but minus the, catch combo? Is that 1 in 800? So it's 1 in 800 odds to get a shiny without the catch combo. It's 1 in 276 in theory to get it with the catch combo. And then the legendary birds, they spawn. Like, it just seems like it's better with that. Yeah, for sure. But it's going to take a long time. You know, the odds are still 1 in 1,000, and then it's still 1 in hundreds of thousands to get a shiny legendary bird in the sky. No matter how you cut it down. Yeah, 3 is the highest spawning in the air pretty much for any route. Viridian Forest was actually a lot slower than this, so I mean, this just kind of like condenses all the spawns. And like so far, I think all the legendary spawns have been instant as well. So I mean, not really risking too much. I like that though. You just get the patch of 3, done, in and out. Doesn't take too long at all. That's nature for Articuno. I said it in the guide, bold. It's what I have set up right now. Because it's just a tank. I think playing it as a bulky chip damage tank with Roost is going to be better than anything else. Has a good amount of weaknesses though. Gotta be aware of that. And then soft resetting it for like your natural in-game one. That takes a while. Because I think that's just full odds. So, I mean, you need the shiny charm before you do that. Maybe the lore affects it, maybe not. So, I mean, you're just like 1 in 1,000 on 40-second resets. Actually, I think it takes a minute because there's a cutscene. You can skip through the cutscene, but still. Dragonite. Dragonite seems pretty common. Like, Dragonite 150 maybe? Is Charizard rarer than Dragonite? It kind of feels like that, because I've seen less Charizard than I've seen legendary Pokemon. I've seen 1 Charizard. I got Zapdos, and then Articuno, and then, like, 5 Dragonites right now. This one's taking a little longer, but I mean, what's the difference of a little longer to get the Pokemon, you know? Is timid the best nature for Mewtwo? Is it? Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking about One Punch Mewtwo, but yeah, the Jolly just doesn't work. And I guess you just need to outspeed everything before you can set up, like, Calm Mind into recover and stuff. So yeah, timid works. I don't know, I don't think Mewtwo's that insane in this game. Outside of its setup, because it does get Calm Mind. If it can, like, bulk out into some Calm Minds, it's pretty terrifying. But no Drain Punch, so One Punch Mewtwo's dead. Now we're just kind of doing our thing. Dang. Alright, so 150. Now watch us go drive for like hours after we get like so many quick legendary Pokemon. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And like at first I was wondering like, can you only get 1 legendary Pokemon per route maybe? But that's not it, because Viridian Forest, I got my first one there, and then that took a while. And then my second one was Route 3, and then all the other ones have been just here. What the heck? Did we get 4 spawns that time? It looked like the Fearow kind of like instantly despawned and another Fearow flew in. I don't know, that was kind of weird. What's up guys, it's Pokemon time. Yeah, I like doing these streams, you know? The streams, it's all about just like that community building. It's all about the entertainment value. you know, just kind of like, we're gonna chill. I'm just gonna show you guys every day or every other day or constantly through these streams that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are incredible. It blows my mind that the community is in such a terrible spot. It blows my mind that the community is in such a terrible spot right now. That people can't appreciate an incredible Pokemon game. Like, that's just a toxicity. That's the other scumbag Poketubers running it. That's the deception. That's all the lies. Just kind of clouding out the real good content, what's real for Pokemon. That's because YouTube's all corporate and the algorithms just doesn't work at all. You know, the YouTube algorithm bases off of like real world trends. So if something's trending, if something's popular, remember YouTube is owned by Google. So if something's getting Google searches, then YouTube will search for more of those videos to actually promote in the algorithm. Pokemon's dead right now. Pokemon has been dead for the last 2 years. Maybe even a little longer. Like, second after Pokemon Sun and Moon launch, it got hacked, people complained about it, and then Pokemon Sun and Moon died instantly. So, I mean, we're going into a very long time without Pokemon being relevant. Also, Pokemon Go has dropped off because Niantic destroyed that game. They ruined a lot of the great potential of it. So because of that, there's a lot of problems going on. And that means it's not as relevant. It's not getting searched as much on YouTube. It's not getting searched as much on Twitter. It's not getting searched as much on Google. And Let's Go hype is dead. So, I mean, that's why, like, if the community is healthy and people are engaging with Pokemon and not tearing each other down with lies, like Poketips. Poketips video, cool. He used Verlisify in the title and got a free 100k views because whenever you make a Verlisify rant video, you get 100k views. But he destroyed a lot of the momentum that Pokemon Let's Go had for everyone by doing that. So he ended up hurting his channel more in the long run. And that's just Charizard. There's our second Charizard out of a couple hundred resets. And that's like our first lure use so far. What is that? The double Fearow tandem. That spooked me a bit. I had no idea what that could have been. Because like Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, they all kind of like have bits and pieces of the Fearow in them. You know, kind of long, kind of wispy. The Zapdos is kind of bulky because like the Fearow has a thick wingspan. No third spawn? No third spawn. Dang. Really? Really? Nothing. So, now we just have to kind of deal with the Pokemon community tearing each other apart. And it's funny, you know, Poketips exposed himself. He exposed himself as a fraud. He exposes himself as a low-quality content liar. Same with, like, Ruffled Rowlet. Like, that's how bad the Pokemon community is. That I make the best videos, and people will just go against that so hard to be like, well, like, Ruffled Rowlet literally is like, I clickbaited it in the past. I make low-quality videos. I just rush things out for the money. He says these things, and then people are like, yeah, screw Verlisify. Him and his honest, best content. Poketips effectively did the same thing. It's like, and that's why the Pokemon community is torn apart. People will intentionally support bad actors, scummy, dishonest content creators that are putting out garbage content instead of actually supporting good content. Because it's all tribalism. Like, there's no reason to hate me. There's no reason to have anything against what I do. I just point out the problems. I just state the facts. I guess that's it. You know, 2018, post-fact society. That's the only reason people are against me. No reason to, but it is. So it just hurts all of Pokemon. If all these idiots just sucked it up and just understood that I'm actually doing only good in Pokemon, you know, then it'd be better for everyone. Like I've said so many times, like I would do a podcast with Shofu and Etika. If A-Drive admitted that he just clickbait, sold out, admitted to stealing my content, clickbaiting, selling out, getting desperate, you know, it's like. I'd like to work with A-Drive again if he wasn't actually just a scumbag. Same with all these other people. Like, they just clickbait, you know? They abused the good thing. Like, I think that's what happened, you know? Every community eventually just gets mined, and these guys mined it out. When in 2016, we had so much momentum going for us, and they just ruined it. They got too greedy. They killed the Golden Goose. Pokemon Let's Go. Or not Pokemon Let's Go. Pokemon Sun and Moon, Gen 6, Pokemon Go. We had the Golden Goose, and they killed it. By, you know, rushing out all the content, making it low quality, not supporting the community, trying to just leech as much money as they could through fake leaks, clickbait, deception. dishonesty. So they destroyed it, and it's like, well, if they admitted to that, and then we could just build up as a community. You know, if everyone worked together, if everyone came together, Pokemon would just work in the algorithm again, because we'd be feeding into each other's content. We'd be feeding into each other's views, and then people would want to tune in every day. More people would want to show up and support Pokemon. But since the community's dead, there's no point. Pokemon's only as strong as its community. If you have people that are doing battles, you know, more people battling means more people engaging in competitive community. More people supporting the battles, more people wanting to learn about Pokemon. Nothing. Three Furo. The triple Furo spawn. Finally made to one of these on time. I mean, technically you didn't. We already got the Articuno Lords Shonji. Screw my honesty, exactly. The absolute state of Pokemon. What was that? That was just one of those guys. Many people quit Pokemon temporarily. Quitting for 5 years is not temporary. A lot of people, they just kind of like can't, like, I think like Pokemon is cyclical, but it shouldn't be. Pokemon should just be constant. Everyone loves it. I mean, it took Pokemon Go to bring a lot of people back. It took Pokemon X and Y to bring a lot of people back. And, you know, people didn't come back for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. People barely gave Pokemon Sun and Moon a chance, which is understandable because of hacking. But people didn't support the hack, or like people supported the hacking and they didn't support legitimacy, and they sold out for the content right there. You know, it all became extreme randomizers. It all became cash grab hacking instead of just respecting Pokemon. So yeah, and then people didn't come back for Pokemon Let's Go. So you can't say temporarily quit when these people drop out for years and then they don't come back to the community. Just playing the old games? But I mean, that's not coming back to the Pokemon community. If you just decide to like shelter yourself in and replay Pokemon Platinum version, there's nothing to engage with. There's no relevancy there. There's nothing relevant to what Pokemon is up to. You're not engaging with modern guides. You're not engaging with modern content or community. You're just playing Pokemon. You skipped an Articuno because you're shiny hunting Nidoran. Tough call. Tough call for reals. Because, I mean, if you get... That catch combo is... I don't know. I think a shiny Articuno... Or not shiny Articuno. I think an Articuno is worth 20 minutes, you know? Because it just takes 20, 30 minutes to get that catch combo back to go back to the shiny hunting. It depends on what your Madame Celadon was. Like, Bold, maybe not. Or maybe for Bold, but I mean, if you had, like, a garbage nature, like Adamant for a Nidoking... Yeah, then an Adamant Articuno might not be worth it. And especially if you just can, like, farm the Seafoam Islands one. So, it depends. Come back to the community once Gen 8 is out. But I mean, why? There's no point. You should just be a part of Pokemon now, especially because Pokemon Let's Go is amazing. I'm happy. I'm as happy as I am disappointed. Because if Pokemon wants to tear themselves down over me, just a guy that really likes Pokemon, then I think it's justice. You know, I'm still one of the top PokeTubers, consistently, always perform. Like, even with this, like, botting, even with my channel getting botted down and suppressed in the algorithm, I'm still top 3. I think I'm top 2 right now. Because Unlisted Leaf he has his 1 million subs, and he got there through, like, clickbait and weird videos and stuff. So, he's always on top. But I've actually passed Unlisted Leaf for decent amounts of time before. So it just depends on that fluctuation right there. I mean, that's like the sad state of Pokemon, and I'm okay with that. It's like, all right, cool. If you guys want to destroy yourselves just so I can only be the second best PokeTuber instead of the best, fine. That's viewership-wise. My content is still the best. Why so much hate? I don't know. I ask people why I get hate, and they have never, ever given me a valid answer. It's just idiots. It's just idiots, and then dogpiling on mob mentality. You know, people, like, if one person went out and supported me, or not even one, but, you know, like, large PokeTubers, if people actually worked with me, the community would be fixed, and then people wouldn't have a reason to hate me. It's just like, oh, people just, like, do it for, I don't even know. There's, like, no point of hating me. I don't know why people have to be intentionally nasty and negative for no reason. Does anyone experience lag spikes? In handheld mode, somewhat. It's mostly Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest is overloaded. The graphics are heavy. There's actually dynamic lighting, and like 20 Pokemon can spawn. I lag a little bit, actually, when I think I'm even docked in Viridian Forest, but if you're handheld, Viridian Forest is mad lag. People hate me because I'm right. Exactly. People are too sensitive these days. Generation Z, millennials in 2018, their feelings, they're fragile. Yeah, I have the best Pokemon content. Thank you very much, Rickway's the Legendary. So I go out and test things. I care about Pokemon. I'm passionate. Like, I'm the only person left in the Pokemon community that isn't doing it for the money. That isn't just thinking, how can I scam the most views with deception today? Because I care. I'm fascinated by everything about Pokemon. The trivia, the guides, the discovery, the competitive, the depth, the news. Like, I'm the person I'll dig back 5 years through news, 8 years through news to try to figure out what the relationship is, instead of like, this guy on 4chan says he worked for Nintendo. Here, obvious fake leak, but give me money. What state am I from? Born in Florida, now I live in Seattle. Well, which is Washington State. So we went on a 15, and now we're 131. But I mean, we're still under when we got that Zapdos. I mean, this could take a while, but I mean, it seems like the odds are pretty good. Even if it is 1 in 1,000, like, you can roll under that pretty easy. I mean, this is fun. This isn't taking a while. We're just kind of going through and having a good old time, you know? Yeah, look at that. Just having all these Pokemon spawn. I think it's pretty nice. Pokemon first came out, everyone was so involved with each other. What a time to be alive. I mean, when it first came out, there was like pretty much no internet. It was just, you went to school and then people were trading Pokemon cards and, you know, playing battles in the schoolyard and stuff. Alright, so we got that. Even recently, you know, I think Pokemon X and Y had a much stronger community. Like, Pokemon Let's Go is the best Pokemon game that we've had since Heart Gold Soul Silver. That's just fact at this point. When you look at what Pokemon Let's Go brings compared to other Pokemon games, the features, the gameplay loop, how engaging it is, and how rewarding it is, it's better than anything since like Heart Gold Soul Silver. But we're more dead. There's less people engaging with the Pokemon community now than Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Like, the year we didn't have a game, when Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire skipped the year for the game, there was more people playing and engaging with Pokemon community then than now. That's because people have torn it apart. People have decided to hate me instead of want the best for Pokemon. I don't even, yeah, like, the weird thing is, I'm not even checking for shinies. I'm probably going to skip a shiny, honestly. I'm only looking at shadows. I'm not even looking at the Pokemon that spawn. So I've probably already reset over a shiny. And honestly, since I'm not on a catch combo, there's no loss if I decide to catch a shiny Pokemon. I just have no intention of getting a shiny right now. But we are getting a lot of resets. So with the lure, with the shiny charm, the odds of getting a Pokemon are like 1 in 800 for a shiny. And we've reset through several hundred to several thousand over the last few days. But if I look in the sky, it slows me down. So I mean, it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for both, cool. But I mean, I don't know what a shiny Fearow is going to do for you. Also, I have Bold Nature. So what is a shiny Bold Fearow going to do for me? Now, a Bold Zapdos might be interesting to get. I don't think a Bold Moltres is usable. Favorite mythical Pokemon? Mine's Meloetta. Favorite mythical? I like Skyform Shaman. I don't like a lot of mythical Pokemon. I think they look a little too weird. They're like the proto Ultra Beasts in experimental designs. Like, Mew's always cool, Celebi's cool, but after that, they start getting weird. I don't like Meloetta. I don't like Genesect. I don't like Keldeo. Meltan's my least favorite Pokemon ever. I could ride on Onix and the shiny would be OP. But then there's a chance that like I pop on Onix and then I spawn into one of them. And then that would hurt the rates. Also, I don't even know if Onix can like get out of the Pokemon Center on that hill immediately. We can find out. So we don't need a level 100 Mew anymore. We can set Onix. It's like, this is gonna be okay. So I guess we can do that. I don't know. It takes like a couple frames to do this. Oh, Whoa. Oh, yeah, see? It doesn't work, guys. That's problematic just for a shiny, bold Fearow. Let's try it again. I want to just see how hot garbage this is. So yeah, I went out, and then, see, like, look, you have to find the flat. Oh, it's gross. And then your hitbox. Okay, it's weird because the hitbox of Onix is so large. You actually have to walk a bit to actually make it to the Pokemon Center. And then there's a Spearow. Yeah, the hitbox is too broken. And then you just kind of, and then like I'm already inside the Pokemon Center. I'd love a Let's Go Johto too. I feel like if Let's Go Johto did a real Safari Zone, like if it was a Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone, and you could battle the Pokemon that you farm inside the Safari Zone, Let's Go Johto would be the perfect game. Like, you just need to take Let's Go and then mix it with Heart Gold Soul Silver until a better game than Heart Gold Soul Silver appears. You know, if they pushed it a little harder, you know, since Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was kind of like the reintroduction game for both old and new fans, Pokemon Let's Go is made for everyone. Everyone that considers themselves a fan of Pokemon is the target audience of Pokemon Let's Go. So then if they pushed it a little closer to main series, because like, all right, we have Let's Go established, we have the baseline, we got a different audience in it, so now then we can like start using Let's Go to guide people into main series, and pretty much Let's Go Johto was like Heart Gold Soul Silver, just modernized. Oh, please. There'd be no reason for a Gen 8. There'd be no reason for Diamond Pearl remakes. That would just be the perfect Pokemon game. You end it then. Sup, Seeker? I already got my Articuno in like 5 minutes. I already got my legendary Pokemon. Now we're just kind of like retesting and stuff. It looks like a catch combo has no effect and might actually be a hindrance on getting the legendary birds. Mount Moon is the best place to do it, and this place is just stupid broken. Legendary birds seem a lot easier to get than we thought. You can actually farm them pretty efficiently. It's like, I kind of want to just get another legendary Pokemon, but then what do we do with the stream? Like, you know, 2 legendaries in less than an hour? What? Give it a dialogue skip and dialogue transcript option? I don't know. Like, I think forcing, like, having that rush through the storyline kind of invalidates it to a degree. You know, just play the story. Just, you know, even if you're like trapped for 20 hours, I don't think there's any problem with that, because 99% of your gameplay is going to be the other 800 hours making competitive teams and playing Pokemon post-game. RAV4 farming legends are OP? Yes, they are. I think we discovered that 2 days ago on that first stream, but then it's just being confirmed through this stream. Yep, everyone watching, leave a like, share this video, share the stream, share the actual guide when it uploads. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. I was gonna say something, then my mind blanked, because just talking about all these other things going on right now. Is a special defensive nature good for Zapdos? Maybe. People like running the bold. I've seen the calm or careful, whichever one doesn't lower special attack. And you can also run timid. Like, Zapdos has the most diversity out of any of the legendary birds, I feel. Fearow. Alolan Raichu is so fun in this game. Interesting. Yeah, I just wish YouTube worked. I wish the Pokemon community wasn't so busy tearing each other down. I wish people were just honest. And since we streamed for a few hours over the last week or so, it's like I don't have anything to talk about. All my rants are gone. Now we just kind of keep getting legendaries. Like, we're ready. We have all the competitive legendaries. We can set that up whenever we want. I wish Let's Go was just better. Or not better. Like, the games are great. I wish the people were better. Yeah, Zapdos' stats are usable in a lot of ways. Dual attacker Zapdos is viable with Eevees removed. I know. Like that Drill Peck. That Drill Peck is kind of strong, especially against Grass, which would resist you, and Parasect, which is really broken. Any life advice? I've already given my life advice. Buttered ramen. Done. Trade a ramen packet, just like instant pasta, and then you succeed. But if you're asking for life advice, then you probably already know that. Uncrustables are good, but I've already said that. That's kind of it. I just have like some food hacks like that. People are actually asking for a lot of life coaching tips right now. My advice for YouTube is you should have started yesterday. My advice for life is don't be a snowflake, you know? If you're complaining about something being too expensive or you're not making enough money, then that's 100% your fault. You just need to either pick up more jobs, get better jobs, do the work that no one else wants to do. I was a stock boy, which was above minimum wage. I moved to Washington State, which had like $9 minimum wage, and I think Washington State's like up to 11 now. Seattle area is $15 minimum wage, so you can always make more money. I was a sign spinner, and as a sign spinner, I was making double minimum wage in Colorado. I was making like $14 an hour. Sign spinning. Just do the crap jobs, and then work 70 hours a week. And then when you have that, you have a savings, so you can put that savings into a business. You can do all kinds of things. Don't waste your money. Don't eat out every day. Don't go to the bar. Don't go to the movies. Just work. Don't go to college. That's some life advice. College is a scam for 99% of people. Maybe that's a little too high of a number. 95%. People that just rush into college, don't. All you're doing is building debt for no reason. And for some people, like, people will be like, oh, I want to get into this field. Then why'd you go to college? Check out vocational school. That's what you do. You work 2 years, 70 hours a week. You grind yourself into the ground, and then you use that savings to pick up a vocation. So then you get, like, you know, a part-time job, 20 hours a week to help kind of supplement your living while you spend a few $1,000s to get a vocation, and then you can get a real job off of that. And then you won't have debt, and then you'll have a good wage. I recommend cooking. Cooking's a pretty good vocation. Mechanics, craftsmanship. There's a lot of opportunity right there. Today's kids, Verlisify will be teaching you valuable lessons. Or today, kids, Verlisify will be teaching you valuable lessons. I didn't know where that sentence was going until I read the whole thing. Do I know about Dave Ramsey? People have, like, made that link before. I haven't, like, read any of his books and stuff. I just kind of realized his advice on my own, and it seemed to just be a pretty solid philosophy overall. Like, in your 20s is when you have the most energy and the most, like, ability to work. But people decide to waste the prime of their working lives because they're like, oh, high school sucked. This is like, you know, I don't know how the culture became 20s is when you piss your life away, and then 30s is when you become an adult. It's the other way around. 20s is when you become an adult, and then 30s is when you coast because you worked so hard to become an adult. Everyone's just like, oh, college, frat parties, you know, hit the bar, social life. You shouldn't have a social life in your 20s. There's no point of that. Join the military, use your posts, 9/11 GI Bill, get paid to go to college, which is what I'm doing. That too. Going through military for college is a pretty solid idea. I've seen, like, but then there's people that kind of do, like, the college thing where they just default to college, but then they also default to the military, and that could lead to some bad things. You have to do a lot of research in either case. You know, make sure your degree is actually going to do you something. I don't know why people will spend $100,000 to go to Art Institute or Full Sail for a graphic design degree, and then they'll just complain, it's like, I don't need calculus, I don't need all these English classes to understand how to do graphic design, and then they're just like, oh, the graphic design teacher has, like, worse graphic design skills than I did, because, you know, these are people that did art throughout high school. They might have, like, taken extra, like, graphic classes or something in high school and stuff, and then they just kind of, like, were an artist, you know? A natural born artist, or someone that has a lot of talent, has no reason to go to art school. Like, sure, technically having a degree is good for, like, getting professional work, and to a degree, yeah, but again, look at vocational schools. See if there's any kind of, like, filmmakers, CGI, stuff like that that are actually hiring from vocations. If they are, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. But even then, like, you get a starting job out of Art Institute, as some kind of graphic designer for a movie or a big company or something, and then you're getting paid very little, you know, 40,000, 50,000 a year, and then you just can't pay it off. Like, sure, you can make it into 6 figures, but I feel like freelance work is a lot better. If your art's good and someone will pay you $100 for commission, and you can do that in 3 to 4 hours, you know, if your hourly rate can be gauged at $20 an hour, then why are you going to college? Why are you not becoming self-employed? Why are you not starting your own business? Furo. That Furo looked a little funky. What am I doing? I'm soft resetting for legendary Pokemon. Well, not soft resetting. Just resetting the route for legendary Pokemon because the odds are pretty good. Yeah, I think that's kind of true for a lot of things, you know. It's like, if you just have natural talent, why are you wasting money? Why are you wasting time? Because then you're also falling behind 4 years in that field. And what happens is when people go to college, they get so demotivated because they realize they're building debt. They're being forced to do art that they don't want to do that could be potentially hindering their skills, and then they come out of a 4-year art degree with 0 motivation to do art. Congratulations. I was gonna say, is that shiny? But no, it's just like the blue sparkles. Did you figure out the odds for legendaries? No, because we got an Articuno in 45, we got a Zapdos in 400, and then we got a Moltres in like 1300. So yeah, like, and also it was weird because my guidance counselor was just trying to like shove me into college. For no reason. I was just like, no, I'm going to work labor for a while. I'm going to save money, and then I'm going to start a business. I don't need college for that. And then I don't know why they were just like so bent on that. And then I took dual enrollment. I graduated high school, like as I was a junior. Like I took like a few months of junior in high school, like less than half a year, and I was already graduated from high school. So I was able to graduate high school 2 years early because I did vocational dual enrollment. And then that gave me like tons of extra credits and stuff. And then I took like my block classes and I like did a lot of mid-tier stuff. And it's like, yeah, I ended up like doubling down on all my classes and stuff. And I was able to graduate high school 2 years early. And because of that, they were like, oh, you need AP calculus, you need AP literature, you need all these college credits. I'm like, or I can do the vocational school enrollment, get free game design. I never even applied game design. I just took game design because I could finish high school early. So I took free game design classes for a year. I was doing a lot of work, and then like, yeah, no debt, cool. And if I wanted to, I could have taken cooking. I could have come out of that course. Hey, an Articuno, neat. I could have come out of that course. Look at that. Like, see, we got it. 238, 1 in 700. Guys, the odds of legendary Pokemon, maybe 1 in 500, maybe 1 in 1,000. It actually seems pretty low. It's not even surprising at this point, because like this is mid-tier odds and stuff. So yeah, there we go. Now we have a lot of Ultra Balls, so we can work on that. We can hopefully just like sneak in a quick little Raspberry before Articuno gets mad at us. Ooh! Oh, I thought that was gonna be an excellent into a Raspberry. So that's actually our second bold Articuno. Why do people... Wow. That was easy. Why do people hate Pokemon Let's Go, guys? How long was that? How long was that? We had less than an hour. In less than an hour, we got 2 competitive legendary Pokemon. Or like 2 potentially competitive legendary Pokemon. We have our natures. We can Chansey combo that whenever we want, and then in another 2 hours we can have those guys level 100 and perfectly ready to be used. I actually have an Articuno catch combo right now. What in the world is this madness, guys? And then I can now trade that. Guys, who wants a bold? All you have to do is get to level 100, competitive-ish ready Articuno, and since it's in the level 50s, it's practically set up to go and work. Like, huh. The catch combo is slower. Like, getting a 31 catch combo is worse. Someone tell Joe Merrick he's wrong so he can block you on Twitter. So that's another thing that Cerulean got wrong in Pokemon Let's Go on like the half a dozen other things. But then Joe Merrick is just saying you're wrong. I love it. People don't test things anymore. Then people get mad at me. Let's go check that bad boy out. Like, see, this is such a fun game. We can shiny hunt. We can farm legendaries. We can transition that into competitive. Yeah, that's whatever. I'm not expecting like a 6 IV or anything. You can do so much. You can do so much good with this game. This is the second best Pokemon game behind Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, this is great. Okay, you're anxious, Eevee. I'm sorry. I've ignored you for a very long time. Whoop. Let's get rid of that because like I'm not going to do any more hunting. Now we do our dailies. So we did our goal for the day. Like, you can just play Pokemon Let's Go repetitively for hours, non-stop. Just have a great time. Let's feed him berry. We got 3 of those. Boom. My best legendary, probably the 2 Articuno I caught today because those guys are just straight up ready. So we did that. So now let's go and reset for gold bottle cap. You know, like, say if you're doing your shiny hunt. You do your shiny hunt, you catch a shiny Pokemon you're looking for, you reset for the gold bottle cap. That takes 10-15 minutes. You get all of your stuff and then you're done. Like, we're done, guys. We're good. You play Pokemon Let's Go for an hour, 2 hours a day, and everything is so beneficial. Everything is so good. Joe Merrick needs to actually do some research for once and accept that he can be wrong. Exactly. It's funny how, like, everything you said about me, it's like, you just can't accept facts. I'm like, dude, you haven't said a fact in any of our discussions. You blame people for saying that, you know, it's like, well, the numbers don't lie, and then thousands of people are like, but the numbers don't seem correct. You know, we're not all unlucky. I just lost my train of thought. What was I going to do? I was going to check something. I don't even know anymore. And then we can battle some gym leaders. Oh, I was going to check Eevee because I have a present waiting for me. What are you going to give me, Eevee? Tiny mushroom. Cool. And the sad thing is, like, there's no momentum behind Pokemon Let's Go. And since there's no momentum behind Pokemon Let's Go, a lot of my work, a lot of my genius, a lot of my effort is not being realized right now. So what's going to happen is Gen 8's going to come out, and then the same scumbags are going to get promoted by the YouTube algorithm, and the community is going to fall apart again. Sad. We technically saved in a pretty bad spot, but maybe we'll get a gold bottle cap here. Because we need to save, like, you know, on top of the item. But now we just reset. Oh, man, if I reset, I lose my 2 Articuno combo. I think it's been kind of shown that the combos don't really do anything. But getting back-to-back Articuno is kind of nuts. Like, what if there is that sweet spot that makes the legendary Pokemon more common? Like, you get a catch combo of 11 on Articuno? But I think that, like, never mind, we've already been over this. That they seem to act like rare Pokemon, and rare Pokemon aren't affected at all. But I mean, it's kind of wacky that we got a natural 2 catch combo on Articuno. But I mean, like, yeah, this is what I mean. So we do everything. We just do everything every day. You can set a new goal, and the game, like, there's only 151 Pokemon. It's like, cool. You can actually realistically get a competitive of every single Pokemon in this game in a few months. You can actually get a shiny living dex by the time the next Pokemon game comes out. So I don't know why you want to capture 700 new Pokemon when you can just do everything this year. You can actually finally reach a goal. And technically we can check Eevee's item every time. Who do I main in Smash? It's between Isabelle and Villager. Thought it was going to be an Isabelle main, but then Villager started feeling good again. Rare Pokemon aren't affected by species catch combos. Because there's only a max spawn of 1 at a time. So you can't get multiple to spawn. That's right, I was going to check Eevee, get the item, save, and then we just farm. Yay! Present. Stretchy Spring. So we actually got a downgrade because Stretchy Spring is worth like 10. It's nothing. Totally unknown, stretched out for what you use for is unknown. Melmetal, Mew, Zapdos dominate the meta, but Melmetal and Mew are not meta. They're not allowed in competitive play. And Zapdos is pretty common. Like, Zapdos is pretty frustrating. Like, you have to just toxic Zapdos and then hope it doesn't get worse. Like, hope it eventually just gets shut down. I have a hard time dealing with Zapdos. But Kangaskhan's actually pretty good into Zapdos, and if you can get, like, a Roost Read into an Earthquake, then you win the game. Favorite Pokemon is Lugia. Lugia's just awesome. I'm actually really disappointed in the new movie, because Lugia was in it for, like, 5 seconds. And did nothing. Mighty Candy. So now we're on that gold bottle cap for the 2 legendary Pokemon that we caught today. Reset. I mean, look how just seamless this is. After this, we battle Mina. We farm the items in Cerulean Cave. We pick up a PP Max. We battle all the gym leaders with our Payday Pokemon. Like, it's so easy to get set up in this game. You just get a level 100 Payday Pokemon, and then you have infinite money to do whatever you want. And then you just keep grinding items, and then you turn around, it's like, oh, I have 10 heart scales because I was getting heart scales every day. So now I can make my competitive team. So good. So good. Quick candy. We can be here for a while. I don't know how long it takes. We got our gold bottle cap really short last time. We got pretty lucky today too. Got our legendaries in a pretty orderly time. Is this where we get unlucky? Is this where it finally takes 3 hours to get a gold bottle cap? Even though it seems like the odds of a gold bottle cap are only like 1 in 50. Where's the data mine? Where are the actual numbers? Like, all of this is programmed in the game somewhere, but people just don't care about having the facts. People don't care about testing things. This doesn't even take too long. I think this is like one of the only problems, like how long it takes a soft reset. Everyone watching the video right now, welcome to the stream. We caught 2 legendary Pokemon in less than an hour. This is technically like a guide that now just kind of shows us rounding out our legendaries, because like, cool, do the Chansey thing, get them level 100, grab a gold bottle cap within the same day, done. How long do they respawn? Items seem to respawn every day. Sometimes it feels like 24 hours, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's not at midnight though. Who's disliking my content? I don't even know. Like, there's no reason to dislike my content. It's just botting, because if I'm the best PokeTuber, then people are upset because I stand for legitimacy, honesty. All the bad actors hate me. Like, I just strive as the best content. It's just bandwagoning, mob mentality, tribalism, all the things wrong with 2018 and society. Do I still plan to make content for Ashes of Creation? I'm actually in the alpha program, and I keep getting alpha codes for their test server stuff, but I just haven't played it. You know, oh wow, my battery's actually dying? What? Huh. Alright, let's switch that up then. I'll do it on the next time I restart the game. I don't get hate. Like, the amount of hate I'm getting is not because I'm a furry. It's for other hate reasons. Like, people aren't botting me because I'm a furry, but they never give a reason as to why they think I deserve the hate. I've asked thousands of people that hate me why they do, and I've never gotten a valid answer. They just like, I don't know, their brain just melts when they try to mental gymnastic it. Been using Mega Alakazam in battles a lot recently. 2 of the biggest threats are Alolan Muck and Melmetal. Well, I mean, any dark Pokemon. Wait a second. I've never actually read this. It's a game where you match 3 pictures. Staring at it makes you dizzy. Oh, I thought this was like Pokken Tournament or something. Not a slot machine. So, I mean, the slot machines are still in the game, but we're just an idiot kid, so we don't even know what that is. Alright, so let's go dock this. I actually haven't played with the left Joy-Con, so this is gonna feel weird. See, how do you use this thing? Okay, so it's upright like this. Oh. Okay, this is different. How did my Joy-Con... I think I just left my Joy-Con on the table from the last stream instead of docking it. Just something I do way too often. Why can't I play this upside down? Why does this have to be backwards? What do you mean I can't reset, Ashton? I don't know why, that felt slower for no reason. Quick candy. No home button. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't reset because there's no home button on this? Why? Yeah, and that's just going to take a snapshot. Why do they not, like, remap the buttons? There's no LR start. I'm in, like, this weird 2-player limbo. Can I go to homepage from save? No? So I'm just, like, broken right now. Alrighty, then. Can I do home on my Switch? That's frustrating. So left Joy-Con has no home menu if your other things are dead. Oh. Is it restarting? I didn't turn it off. I just, restarted my Switch. No, I think I just turned it off. Wait. God. This is actually terrible. This is miserable. Maybe. But then this becomes player 1. God! Why does this suck so much? Alright, never mind. That's one of my few problems with Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, is that the controls are very inefficient because of the hardware involved. Alright, so since we can't reset... Alright, so while this charges, we will... Alright, so I got my one reset. Now we go back to this controller. So while that one charges, we don't do resets. We do everything else. We battle Mina, and then we can do our gold bottle cap last. They really weren't thinking of us when they wanted to soft reset. Yeah, I think that's obvious in how this was made. So I mean, from a natural gameplay point of view, this works kind of fine. We got 2 Articunos today, and they're both competitive. Wait, not partner play. So now we can Skydash. So, if you want to play Pokemon Let's Go, you just need like 3 right Joy-Con and nothing else. And then you need like that multi-Joy-Con charging stand or something. I don't know. Feels weird to me. God, this is so backwards. Newest Pokemon game, what's a gold bottle cap? You see, like, I understand that people are new to games and stuff, but I also, like, I have guides on all these things, and, like, this is stuff that's been happening in Pokemon for the last few years because of Generation 7. Gold bottle caps are used in hyper training. They max out your Pokemon's IVs. So that's why I feel like the YouTube algorithm has failed us. If people are, like, asking, what's a gold bottle cap? I'm not trying to hate. I'm just like on my rant right now, because like if the videos were getting served to who needs to see them, in a perfect world, but it just kind of shows like YouTube's broken and the community is broken. You play this all day? Yeah, because it's an easy, great game to just play all day. You just do it, and it works. Story a little different? Yes, it is. They changed up the story in a very awesome way. Like, Pokemon Let's Go is worth $60 just for the story. Nope, no item there? Really? Wait, is it this one or is it the other one? See, like, the heart scales just kind of spawn all over the place. I found them in different places at different days for different times, so it's weird. Oh, I didn't want to go back up. If you had money, you'd super chat? Okay. Well, I mean, just wanting to support me means a lot to me. Play this game, time flies, you enjoy it. I mean, time hasn't... Oh, really? Nothing there either? Time hasn't gone super quick when I play this game. RuneScape's been a lot quicker with my new RuneScape series. Any hard scales in this area? I don't even know. Like, the comprehensive work and the stuff around it just doesn't really add up. Yeah, I have the best Pokemon guides for Let's Go, Sun and Moon, just all the Pokemon games. Because I care. I care about Pokemon. Still no reliable data on Seafoam Island's scale still. I know. Like, you just kind of have to wander around until you maybe find a heart scale. Because, like, some of them respawn every day, some of them don't. Sometimes all 3 spawn, sometimes only 1 spawns. It's broken. Alright, so now we go to... Cerulean. How are you liking the new RuneScape series so far? Well, I mean, you can tell how I'm feeling about it as I play through and upload. There's high moments, and then there's low moments, and then there's very confusing moments, and then there's grindy moments, and then there's rewarding moments. It's RuneScape. That's how I feel. I feel about it how it's... That's how I describe it. It's RuneScape. That's how I feel about it. Need a 4th move for Parasect. Spore, Leech Life, Leech Seed. Well, I did a guide for Parasect, and that kind of gives you the ideas. Anyone that says substitute on Parasect doesn't understand how Pokemon works. Like, if they say sub on Parasect, they're a mindless Smogon drone, and they don't know how Pokemon works. Because, like, substitute just became big for Smogon for kind of no reason. Because Parasect is frail, and it's slow, so you're just losing 25% for free when you can be gaining 12% or more, like 15, 20% of your health by just using Protect. Golden Raspberry. Hey, we'll need that for the next legendary Pokemon. I think I'm done with legendary Pokemon. I have all of... Actually, yeah, I'm done with legendary Pokemon. I have duplicate competitive Articunos. Oh, what? I thought Eevee's tail was going off. I have duplicate Articunos, and I have a competitive Moltres and Zapdos. Actually, technically, I have 2 competitive Zapdos. One's modest and one's timid. I have 100-ish levels and 500 hours off max cape, but it just doesn't feel worth it. I mean, I only got my first level 99 in RuneScape, and it was hit points. Like, RuneScape 3 level 99 after like 14 years or something, and it was hit points because I just eventually grinded up. I can't play efficiently. I don't efficient hours. I don't do grinding. I don't know. When you have to get like 1,000,000 experience to level up, and 93 is halfway to 99, like, it just feels impossible to me. And then people do this in like days in their sleep. I don't think Giga Drain is that great on Parasect, but it kind of works. It depends on the nature. Yeah, if you want to have a relaxed nature, but I didn't get relaxed nature, but you should have had relaxed nature. And then it's really only good against Rhydon in some water-type Pokemon, but the damage difference between that and Leech Life is like, well, the super effective hit on a lower special attack compared to the attack. It's not going to make or break most of the time. I don't like fighting green. Wait, was there an item there? No. See, it's hard to tell with Eevee's tail because sometimes Eevee's tail just flicks. Green isn't worth it. She takes too long. I think her payout is lower than blue. PP Max. There we go. There's how we get our competitive stuff. So we just grabbed our heart scale. We got a PP Max. Time to go for a bottle cap. Super lazy, but somehow better than the average RuneScape player. See, those people also don't make sense to me. Oh, that can't be used here because I haven't escape ripped out. Yeah, like, some people will just be good and have skill in RuneScape, and even I can't comprehend it. I think Pikachu's tail is hard to notice. Probably. Alright, now we fly down here. Battle Mina with our payday Pokemon. And then we just make our money back. Because we spent a lot of money on Ultra Balls today. And we spent a lot of money on... Well, not a lot of money, but we just did like lures, Ultra Balls, that stuff. It frustrates me that you can't run under that guy. Is Ice Shard good for Articuno? I don't really see a case for Ice Shard on Articuno. Like, there's not a lot of things you get super effective with it that do more damage than the Ice Beam that you need under priority. Level 120 for skill capes. Can't play old school with my character that I spent 5 years on. Yeah, the only reason I kept playing RuneScape 3 is, like, I had a character that had, you know, 124 combat, 2,000 total level, and I didn't want to do that again. But then people, they just like max accounts and for fun now in old school. So I mean, eventually if you just get over the sunk cost fallacy and you just commit to old school, it's a better game. Because RuneScape 3 is just pay to win dead garbage right now. Not fun. But the thing is, I got Robin Hood, I got like back-to-back Robin Hood boots in Clue Scrolls, because I just used to farm Clue Scrolls. I used to Blood Barrage Dagonoths under the lighthouse, and I'd farm like just 20 level 2 clues a day, and Robin Hood boots used to be worth like 15 mil each or something ridiculous, like long ago. Maybe I think I might have sold them for 20 at one point. And I was also getting other Clue Scroll items and stuff. So I bought Dragon Claws with that, and then the Dragon Claws went from like 40 mil to 100 mil. I didn't sell them at 100 mil. I sold them on the way up. I sold at like 65. So I have like 100 mil on my high total skill level baller RuneScape 3 account. And then it's like, well, RuneScape 3 is dead and old school's where everyone's at, and I don't want to reset all that stuff. Alright, so that's Mina. We just got our bold bottle cap. Gold bottle cap, that easy. Let's go and beat up Lieutenant Surge. So yeah, guys, this is a daily stream. What up? Alright, good. I haven't missed any donations either. That's pretty nice. Yeah. 134 combat pre-EOC. Right. That's the thing. All the hard diaries, quest cape. I mean, that's... See, like, that's beyond me. I feel like I was the average player and I was doing all right for myself. Maybe slightly above average. Then people are like, I'm bad at this game. But still did all the hard diaries and still has, like, ridiculous levels. What was I going to do? Right, I was going to get on my Charizard so we can fly over to Lieutenant Surge. Wait, what? Why am I not flying? There it is. So like, wait, didn't I get on Charizard? Why am I not on Charizard? 3D Milk Tank Destruction is Let's Go Johto. It would be. Yeah, I never understood how anyone could get a single level 99, let alone just farm 200 mil every month. Someone finally maxed an account in old school RuneScape. I saw like RuneScape tweeted that. You know, someone has 200 mil, a perfect old school RuneScape account, and it took that long. Nuts. That's exactly how I felt because people said I was poor. I know, I was like, I was always behind the curve on wealth, it felt. And it's like, I got my first mill and that felt awesome. And I had like a whip back in the day when whips were like 5 mil because they were rare and money was valuable and stuff. And, you know, it was like one of the best items ever. So I remember getting my first whip and my first set of Guthans. But I was poor. It's like, I had a whip, I had Guthans, I had like 25 mil total wealth, not cash, but like my bank was worth 25 mil. No, that's poor. I finally get up to 100 mil after farming. But I just like with what happened with the Corporeal Beast when people were doing like the exploit and got multiple Ring of Wealth stacks and got like the rarest items and stuff. And then Dragon Claws became ridiculous. So I mean like all these ridiculous things happen. It's like, yeah, if you don't have 500 mil, you're poor. But I have 100 mil. That should be something. And then the inflation from party hats and botting and all the just natural game inflation and the pay to win and stuff. So yeah, now if you don't have a max cash stack, you're poor. And I think even then, if you have a max cash stack, you're still behind the curve. You have a twisted bow and somehow you're poor. Yeah, the high level people are ridiculous to me. But I mean, at the same time, you have a twisted bow. You have a bill or more from like all the other items and stuff. And you're just like, ah, I'm an average player. I'm above average player. I don't try. You have a twisted bow. You try in that game. I could never boss. I fought, like, I got a dragon chain skirt, not chain skirt, chain body. I got a dragon chain body farming Dust Devils because I didn't have the balls to go up against Calphi Queen. I got my first dragon metal helm against the King Black Dragon because I was in a clan. Two bill bank and you're poor. What is RuneScape? Alright, so I don't know. I guess we just end the stream, you know? Like, we had fun. I'm out of things to talk about. I'm done with rants and I went into life advice. We got our money. We did some battles. We got legendaries. We didn't get our gold bottle cap because I guess... Alright, never mind. I'm gonna beat Brock and then we stream until my right Joy-Con dies. What brought me into RuneScape? 6th grade middle school, my friends were talking about it, so I played. And I've always just kind of hung on, because I loved it. Some of my other, random, maybe not friends, but, like, people in middle school were talking about it, and we were, like, acquaintances / like, loose friends and stuff, so I played it. My best friends, they hated RuneScape, and they never played, which made me super sad. So, like, my real friends didn't. They were more World of Warcraft. And that was back in the day. It's like, World of Warcraft's a real game, RuneScape isn't. Yeah, now we just like 3-shot, we make some money, Snorlax OP, Payday OP. How long have I been online? That's a good question. How long have I been online? Only an hour and 15 minutes? What? I thought I've been doing this for closer to 2 hours. We've accomplished so much this stream in just an hour. That's why Pokemon Let's Go is the best game! But all these people, they're just greedy. They only use Pokemon Let's Go as a vessel for shiny farming and not engaging with the community. All we need to do is come together. All we need to do is be a Pokemon community. Do some podcasts. Have some meaningful collaborations. Because collabs in Pokemon are a joke. It's King Nappy trying to push his friends onto his audience in the Pokemon community, and people don't want it. You know, it's like, Lumia Station had decent amount of success, and now with Summer with the squad, if those channels aren't growing, they weren't meant to grow. And I think that's what people don't understand. Like, when A-Drive over-promoted Crimson Seabad, it's like, Chase, I never liked Chase because he was dishonest from the beginning. He did a donation, like a GoFundMe, and it was like $1,600 for a new computer for streaming. You don't need a $1,600 computer to stream, especially back then. Like, you know, you could build one for $800, and then that would still be really good. I started YouTube on a $350 computer. I was running like, I don't know, a Radeon 6 something. I don't know the graphics card, but I had a low grade Radeon. He's playing Pokemon. He doesn't need a $1,600 computer to play and stream Pokemon. So he already asked for too much from the start, and then he thought he was better than he was. You know, he thought he deserved it. He thought he earned it, or not even earned it. He thought, yeah, he thought he deserved it. He took in an excessive amount of donations. I think was it Numb Nexus did the same as well? He wanted a $2,500 computer. That made no sense to me. So, and then like he did nothing with it. It's like got a couple subs, made a little bit of money, but he was always acting bigger than he was. You know, he was like, we're making this career happen when you have like 50 subs and you're getting 100K views on YouTube. That's not a career. You're not making a living off of this. Or you are, but it's like, it's a faux. It's a sham living. So that was the only person A-Drive promoted. Now with Deathly I am. Also, Chase had beef with me, so I didn't like him. Now A-Drive's like doing just like 151, 251, 252, all these like just sham fraud streams for the money and stuff, you know. Now it's like Deathly I am. Deathly I am hasn't gained any views. He gained subs, but no one's watching his content because he isn't meant for it. So what people need to do is they need to come together as a community. All of the top dogs need to rebuild the community, and then the people below can flourish, potentially. But the thing is, people like bad people. Sheriff is a fan of Duncan Kneedeep. Duncan Kneedeep is just a slanderous jerk. Duncan Kneedeep spread the lie that I pirated Pokemon Let's Go despite my stream starting after the launch of Let's Go, which doesn't make any sense. That's right, we were going to switch controllers and then do the thing. So, I mean, people just work with bad people. Chase wasn't meant to be. I don't think Deathly is meant to be. Ruffled Rowlet is fighting to be top scumbag right now. M&J clickbaits and uses his girlfriend for views. Like, I don't know why people want to be friends with this. All these fake people want to be friends with other fakes because they know that that's what's giving them more views and stuff, when that's just tearing the community apart. Do you think they'll revisit move pools for Pokemon like Typhlosion? They already did. Generation 7 added Burn Up. So, I mean, they looked at it and they thought Typhlosion only wants Burn Up. Now, watch that we don't need a soft reset, and this is our golden bottle cap. You want to clock Pokemon? Nah. I don't even know what Pokemon we're going to get for Gen 8. Like, Gen 7 was beautiful. Gen 7 is... I think it might be my... It's hard. Like, oh, hey, a regular bottle cap. I want a gold one, but getting a regular one's pretty nice. If we finish that off with a gold, that'd be pretty sick. Nobody watches Duncan, he just does hacked random battles. But people keep supporting Duncan, which doesn't make sense to me. And I did a capture because I naturally tried to do the home button. Whoops. Come on. Come on. Come on, controller. I know you're arguing with the blue one about who needs to be better. Noctowl Clock Evolution. But they wouldn't be like Clock Pokemon. It would just kind of keep the weird theme he has going on. Let's Go Eevee, my favorite Pokemon game. Second favorite. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, still the best. If Pokemon Let's Go Johto is the best of Heart Gold, Soul Silver and the best of Pokemon Let's Go, perfect game. Typhlosion needs more diversity in his move pool. True, but you can only get away with so much, you know. If every Pokemon had more diverse in the move pool, then every Pokemon would be ridiculous. Typhlosion still has a ridiculous eruption. Oop. Didn't press A. So yeah, people just, they refuse to want to make Pokemon better, and they're fake about it. They're always like, everything's perfect and great, and everything's doing so well. We're killing it, when their viewership is declining. And Pokemon's dying. Yeah, the Gen 7 Pokemon just look great. Their themes are great. Their usability is great. I think it was a little, there was some power creep that made me upset. I do have a little bit of complaint about Gen 7. I feel like Game Freak didn't push the limits as much. Because we have some of the most broken abilities ever introduced. We have some of the most broken moves ever introduced. But Game Freak didn't want to, like, make them broken. You know, Shiinotic has the best move in the game in Strength Sap. But Shiinotic's stats are bad. Strength Sap, Spore Pokemon. God tier. Terrible stats. There's also a couple others where it's like each Pokemon, like Gen 7 designing Pokemon must have been hard for Game Freak because each Pokemon has something unique. Has a unique move, unique ability, unique mechanic, unique interactions. I thought that was really cool. And that's not why I think that it's like one of the best generations for just Pokemon designs. It was just like, I think the theme. Like you go into Alola and you see all the Alolan Pokemon and it's just magic. It feels great. But yeah, and like the thing is, A-Drive, he also took a lot of sponsorship deals that make him just seem like a sellout. A lot of people just straight sellouts. Where's my cup of water? I'm getting thirsty. I think I left it in the other room. Think you showed all the Gen 7 Volvemons and Fan Fridays except Toucanon? I think so. Because they had some kind of unique usability. What? There might have been Toucanon. I think it might have done half a thing. But yeah, like Toucanon doesn't stand out, but all the other Pokemon do. My Hippowdon doesn't have no attacking moves. My Powdon has Earthquake. Did we get a gold battle cap? I didn't even read any of the items we just got. I was reading chat instead. I just one chat, because then I'd be an idiot if I reset over it. 2 gold battle caps, that's just the amount that we have. Yeah. So I actually used a gold battle cap on one of my shinies. So that's why we only have 2 instead of 3, even though we found 3. Think like Karen from the Elite Four in Johto. Do I? I don't remember that philosophy. Is that like strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon? I think that's just kind of a meme. I don't think that's my thought. It's just kind of like you can be really creative about Pokemon. Hey, PB Max. Interesting. This is actually like the longest gold battle cap we've ever taken. How many shinies have I found? Like 13, I think? I don't know, I lose count. Because, like, we just get them, and I don't care about shinies. I care about competitive. I care about information. So shinies don't really matter. Talked about bottle caps many times. I've got multiple guides. They do the same thing as they did in Gen 7. People need to... Why is YouTube not promoting my videos when people are asking the questions I have answers to? How long have we been here? It feels like we've been here for a while. Come on, Joy-Con. Die already. I don't care about Let's Go except for streams. Well, that's dumb. See, and that's like the community that's been cultivated by the PokeTubers. It's just about soaking in content instead of actually being about the community. Let's Go streams are good, because I guess it does give motivation. Like, as I'm playing, you can engage with content in your way as I'm showing you guys ideas as to what I'm doing. But I mean, that shouldn't be what Pokemon is about. I feel like the stream culture has kind of gotten taken a little too far. And I feel like people just need to be, like, going through videos and guides and understanding more about the game and working together. You know, it's like, instead of watching Let's Go, play it! There's no reason for Let's Go to not be your taste. Is that an advertisement for the Pokemon Mansion? Why? It's run down and dilapidated after Mewtwo wrecked it. Do you prefer Charizard X or Charizard Y in Let's Go? I did a video talking about Charizard with my top 10 Mega Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go. Shiny hunting, Let's Go's bland. Prefer Gen 6 shiny hunting streams. Yeah, like I've said this. The Pokenav shiny hunting is like top tier. That's actually, that's something I can respect. The Dexnav is also pretty good. Chain fishing has something to it. But shiny hunting in Let's Go it's fake. That's all that it is for some reason. One of the worst shiny games, but one of the most engaged with for streams. Gen 5 wasn't challenging for me. Hope they take a step back, make future Pokemon games more challenging. Pokemon games aren't challenging. They aren't supposed to be challenging. Once you understand how matchups work and then you can like craft a team, you can cheese any Pokemon game. No Pokemon game will ever be challenging because of the nature of Pokemon. It's only challenging for the first couple times when you have no idea what you're doing. But when you have a thorough grasp of Pokemon, you know, you can't make it challenging. But in that breath, Pokemon Let's Go was actually one of the more difficult Pokemon games I've played because I tried to rush through it and it was tough. Pokemon Let's Go caught me off guard with how the progression went. Like, Pokemon Let's Go is a fine, difficult game. It's actually above average difficulty for a Pokemon game. But if people want, like, this hard story mode game, there's no point. The story mode happens once in Pokemon, all of the replayability is in the post-game, and 95% of the time you play in the game, the hundreds and thousands of hours are going to be in the post-game. The 15 hours, 20 hours of story means nothing. So having a difficult storyline means nothing in Pokemon. I'm gone Verlisify stream, playing some Breath of the Wild right now. Well, you can enjoy your Breath of the Wild. Gen 7, actually, yeah, Gen 7 was, I think Gen 7 was worse. Because, like, there's actually strats behind Pokemon Let's Go shiny hunting that makes it kind of interesting. Like, you can take this one feature and then customize the shiny hunting pretty well, but SOS just sucked. Yeah, Gen 7 was worse shiny hunting. I think Pokemon Let's Go becomes the most meaningless, is what I was getting at when I said worse. Because, like, yeah, you can get some interesting shinies, but, like, you're going to get a shiny. It's not going to take long. And then these idiot shiny hunters. I don't know how anyone has credibility. If you stood still to get a shiny Pokemon, you have zero credibility. But people just believe garbage. I hate it. Why is this gold bottle cap taking so long? All the other ones were, like, surprisingly quick. So, I think this is what happens in Pokemon Let's Go. You breach the threshold of surprise. Like, something happening early is surprising and very rewarding. Something happening after a long amount of time isn't impactful. Like, the last Articuno I got, I was just like, oh, hey, finally, there's my Articuno, cool. When I got the gold bottle cap in 5 minutes, that genuinely blew me away. But now it's just like, oh, cool. Now I guess we just wait until we get a gold bottle cap, huh? Yay, cool. At least it's making the stream take longer. I guess that's a benefit. But we've only been doing this for 15 minutes, right? This is like 15, 20 minutes just for the gold bottle cap. It's felt like half an hour. It's felt like 40 minutes to get this gold bottle cap, but it hasn't been. It's only been half that time. Just a slow day. Just a slow stream. Pokemon community is dead, so everything feels slow. We can still get a gold bottle cap in less than 20 minutes, less than 30 minutes. I don't get reply notifications when people reply. Yeah, I get reply notifications like 20% of the time. YouTube's broke. My favorite competitive for Pokemon Let's Go? I don't know yet. Maybe Mega Kangaskhan. It's so surprisingly reliable. I still drink G Fuel every day. Use code Verlisify for 10% off your G Fuel order. I like caffeine. Why do I get hate? I don't know. I've asked thousands of people. I've never gotten an answer. I wouldn't even say Kangaskhan's utility is diverse. Like, the best moveset is Ice Punch, Earthquake, Fake Out, Sucker Punch. It just stats. What I like about it is it has pretty much no weakness, like very few fighting Pokemon in Let's Go. And then just like hundreds on hit points and defenses, so it's just bulky. Come on, Gold Bottle Cap. Come on. Pokemon's amazing and will never die. Yeah, Pokemon won't die, but the community's dead. People just like shelter themselves in and play Pokemon because that's like their childhood nostalgia. It's also just genuinely enjoyable. But it doesn't have anything else when it comes to people engaging. I want to get a PP Max and a gold bottle cap. That'd be cool. Or if we get a bottle cap, gold bottle cap, that'd be a sick combo. When was community at its peak? Right before Pokemon Sun and Moon. When Pokemon Go was taking off and people were really engaging with Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think data mine of Pokemon Sun and Moon was the peak of Pokemon. Because everyone was coming together to figure out what was going on in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon Go was blowing up, and that was like, as Niantic was killing Pokemon Go, and there was still a lot of optimism for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So 2016 October was the peak of Pokemon. Maybe September. Oh, that's right, there's an item here. We've gotten a lot of, we got a bottle cap, we got PP up, we got PP max. 2 PP maxes, but no gold. That upsets me. Gen 5 was when Pokemon was at its worst. Gen 5 is the worst thing to happen to Pokemon, and it's why Pokemon is so dead right now. Pokemon would never be as popular as when TCG was popular in 2000. I don't know. I feel like Pokemon Go, it took modern Pokemon fanbase and then brought back pretty much everyone from the original days. But then Niantic killed it, and then people just kind of moved on, and it sucks. And then they kind of didn't engage with 3DS, you know? I think Pokemon need to be on the Switch after Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, Pokemon Let's Go need to happen instead of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and I think Pokemon be in a much better place. But Pokemon Let's Go is inspired by Pokemon Go, and it would have taken longer than a year to develop this game. And not Pokemon, Game Freak didn't expect Pokemon Go to be as successful. Game Freak expected a few million downloads, like 10 million max on Pokemon Go, not 800 million. I don't have any Pokemon Ranger experience. I demoed it for 5 minutes at GameStop when the first one came out. Why don't you stream on Twitch? Twitch sucks. There's no point to stream on Twitch. But YouTube sucks. All the platforms suck right now. So I'm just going to go with YouTube because all my audience is here and it's easier that way. I don't like Twitch culture. And also, Twitch themselves as a company is becoming way too political. At least YouTube already went downhill, so we're at the bottom on YouTube. I don't want to go on to a declining Twitch. And then I have to make like a Twitch stream announcement, which technically violates community guidelines, so I risk getting a community guideline strike if I announce I'm streaming on Twitch. It's not worth it. BitLock? Yeah, you're right. I could make tons of money on a BitLock. See, I'm not enough of a sellout to go to Twitch. That's my reasoning. I'm sticking to it. Twitch is just shiny Pokemon reaction NPCs streaming. You're right. Come on, let's get a gold bottle cap. Let's bring it home. See, like, the thing is, there was no reason to expect, or like to 100% confirm Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon being for the Switch. Like, Pokemon Switch was a big idea and a big thing. And, like, I don't think the Eurogamer... Like, Joe Merrick blames the Eurogamer article for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon failing. That's not it at all. Hacking is what you blame. The underperformance and the death of the community and over-entitlement is what you blame. I think, like, it would have been better to be on the Switch, but I don't think, like, it did anything negative. It just would have been positive, you know? It's like, it didn't make things worse, but it would have made things better. Oh, if they made Pokemon fights more dynamic like in the anime, I think it'd be dumb. I think it would remove, like, how Pokemon works as a strategy game. Yeah, I don't understand how people think shiny reactions are real and how people think all these obvious fakes are real. That blows my mind. And then this wasn't a real Switch game. You know, if this was like the experimental Switch game instead of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, people wouldn't have been happy. But they were waiting for the Gen 8 game, and the first Nintendo Switch game wasn't Gen 8, so people got upset for no reason, because Pokemon Let's Go is the second best Pokemon game. Favorite evolution stone? That's actually a question I've never been asked before. Dusk Stone is cool, but it has to be the shiny stone for me, because Togekiss is my boy. I've been running that bad boy since Gen 4, so the shiny stone has always had like a lot of significance as like the gateway to my flinch master. Oh, where are you? Come on, gold bottle cap. Wow. I guess I called it. It's going to be like an hour for me to go gold bottle cap when I got 3 in 15 minutes. Hey, it's a PP up. Not what I want. More anxious for Let's Go Sinnoh with Shinx and Riolu. I don't even know. Like, like, what would happen if instead of getting, like, the remake, we skip over Johto and Hoenn, and then the remake games are Let's Go from now on? That'd be weird. Bet people will still be unhappy with Gen 8 even if they got everything they asked for. Exactly, because Pokemon Let's Go gave players pretty much everything they asked for. Did people forget about the 100 million people that are complaining about Pokemon Go because you can't play it at home? This is a Pokemon Go. You can play at home from your couch. And it's just a better Pokemon game. Like, it's a better main series Pokemon game. They made wild Pokemon, like they got rid of random Pokemon encounters. They have overworld Pokemon. I've been wanting that since Gen 4. Pokemon follow you again. Did everyone forget that Pokemon follow you again in this game? So they'll get everything they want, but since it won't have a battle simulator, people will hate it. That's pretty much going to be it. It's just going to get hacked, and then there's going to be no purpose to the game's existence. It's not going to have Breath of the Wild graphics, so then everyone's going to hate it. I prefer catch comboing over breeding. Well, I kind of got my wish that the stream doesn't end instantly because we don't get a gold bottle cap so quick. I thought that would be a really nice way to round things out. It's like legendary Pokemon, dailies, gold bottle cap, gone. But, I mean, we're still under 2 hours. Yeah, overworld Pokemon need to happen in Gen 8 for sure. Like, this is one of the best things ever. If it's only in the Let's Go franchise, I'd be okay with that, but I think it would hurt Pokemon in the long run. Oh, come on. Give me a gold bottle cap. I say we're going to get a gold bottle cap on the next reset. I'm not feeling it for this one. But I'm going to check anyways, because I could be wrong. I think the best game, the best Pokemon game in the next couple years is going to be the Gen 4 remakes because the Underground is going to have casual replayability. That's going to be dope. I think the Nintendo Switch has to get a new engine for Gen 8. Like, this is just a modified Gen 7 engine, which is why it was so hackable. So, I mean, like, hacking needs to not be a thing. If there's hacking in Pokemon Gen 8, it's dead. Thoughts on Temtem? I have a video on Temtem. It's hot garbage. It's gonna fail. I love the delusional people that are like, Game Freak and Nintendo gave us Let's Go instead of giving us what we wanted, even though it's exactly what we wanted. And Temtem is giving everyone what they wanted, and it's gonna be such an incredible game in its competition. Nintendo is not threatened by Temtem one bit. It's a knockoff Pokemon that has the most garbage mechanics I've ever seen. And Temtem is what happens. Temtem's is the dumpster fire you get when you actually make a Pokemon game that everyone wants, because the Pokemon community is filled with idiots. And when you pander to like Smogon and the toxic and the over-competitive aspect of Pokemon, you get trash. The only good thing about Temtem is I don't think it can be hacked in any way. Man, you can really feel the battery dying on this controller because it's taking longer to sync. Got a shiny Abra after 4 days? Dang, that's a long hunt. You should have a lot of competitive ones, though. Like a lot of 5 IVs. Remember me playing the demo of Yokai Watch? God, I don't even remember me playing the demo of Yokai Watch. But I know it's a thing that happened. Just give me a gold bottle cap. Again, I think we've broken the threshold. I'm not gonna be excited. I'm just gonna be like, finally. Ooh, PP up. Give me a PP up plus gold bottle cap game. We love you long time. Done? Lame. Oh man, we're just kind of like stuck in the loop right now. Come on. Still not terrible odds. Still not the worst, most upsetting amount of time, but where's our gold bottle cap? Ruby was the last best starters. Nah, I think the starters from Gen 7 were great. The only final evolution I didn't like was Incineroar, but Incineroar has a large following, so Incineroar is alright. Popplio evolutionary line's best. Decidueye is maybe one of the best, most well-designed Pokemon of all time. Hey, last one in the area. Gold bottle cap. We got it. We can end the stream now. We can do a few other things. There's 2 more things I want to do. I want to talk to Diglett. I want to beat up Koga. And then we can end the stream. So still less than 2 hours. We get a legendary Pokemon. We get the means of maxing out that Pokemon's IVs. We can make some money. We can make some more money. We're set. See, like, that's the reaction. The reaction isn't fake. The funny thing is, people look at my shiny reactions, and there's dozens of comments like, wow, this reaction seems so fake. People are so dumb. People are so brainwashed and idiotic these days that they think that fake is real and that real is fake. They're just like, oh, that just seems like such a fake reaction. It's like, no, that's genuine. That's what happens when you soft reset a gold bottle cap for 25 minutes after you've been playing for 2 hours. You just go, cool. That's what happens when you get a shiny Pokemon. You just go, cool. You don't lose your mind. Yeah, I didn't like the Gen 5 starters. I also didn't like the Gen 4 starters too much. Like, Piplup is kind of the only one I'm alright with. Wasn't a big fan of Turtwig. And then the monkeys. I don't like monkeys. Well, I continue making moveset videos. Yeah, I'm just kind of putting them out whenever. There's like other content that needs to be made right now. Like there's news. I've been doing these live streams. Like instead of putting out a moveset video, I've just been doing a live stream. Not because of any reason, but just because I want to explore this game. People got the game for Christmas. So now it's time to like re-look at the guides and figure out how everything works. Koga. Oh, wait. No, I talked to the Pokemon Center lady. I was like, oh no, my pee-pee. My pee-pee. I'm not going to have pee-pee on my payday. Typhlosion's best design starter. Typhlosion's pretty dope, but Typhlosion's also my second favorite Pokemon. I just think that Decidueye wins out. Being able to use a vine to create a bow, oh, disgustingly beautiful. Fake starter clone monkeys, yeah. The semi-Pokemon were weird. Gen 5 just needs to not exist. Like, I want an alternate timeline where we're actually playing Generation 6 right now and getting ready for Generation 7. Pokemon be 10 times bigger than it is today. I think Greninja's okay. Like, I don't understand the tongue scarf. And I think that just calling something a ninja doesn't automatically make it good. Greninja's alright. It's definitely upper tier of well-designed starter Pokemon. Greninja actually was voted the #1 best Pokemon in Japan when they did their, like, entire list. And all the semi-Pokemon, the monkeys, were near the bottom. Oh my god. I hate those things so much that I just realized their name is a play on Simian. What does Pan stand for then? I just saw like Pan and Simi, so I thought it was nonsense. What would you do when Gen 5 Remakes comes in 6-7 years? Oh man. Is that when I just quit YouTube? Alright guys, I think there's hope for the Pokemon community yet. All the haters, they have something to fight for this day. I'm gonna quit YouTube when we get the Gen 5 remakes, because there's just gonna be no point. Alright guys, we're gonna be ending the stream here pretty soon. I'm gonna beat up on Misty, and then I think we're just gonna end it. So what did we accomplish today? We got 2 competitive legendary birds in an absurd amount of time. We rebuilt our bank to about 100k, got a gold bottle cap, got a lot of items, got a PP max, got hard scale. We didn't battle all the gym leaders, but I mean, this is the fun you can have in like 2 hours. So everyone leave a like on the video. Get ready for it to end. It's not over yet, so there might be a rant coming in. That's kind of it. Exactly, I think that's when I take my wealth from the Gen 4 remakes. I buy a tiny home on a river in Colorado, and then I just pan gold for the rest of my life. That's when I just go. That's just when I just go crazy and live off the grid. Waluigi effect. Calling for Gen 5 remakes means they won't happen. Ooh, that's a good one. Gen 4 remakes are gonna be the last. Then we have to wait for Let's Go to catch up to Gen 5. So yeah, we get an extra 3k off this. We beat Misty, that's 10k. We could do Blue. Blue's worth it because Blue gives us a lot of money. Let's do Trainer Blue and then I'll end the stream. See, I want to keep playing. I just want to keep playing. I like this. But I wish, you know, we need to have like thousands of people on stream. But YouTube doesn't, like, people don't care about Pokemon Let's Go. YouTube's broken, so not all my subscribers are seeing this stream right now. They're not getting notifications. YouTube doesn't care about their creators anymore. So, I mean, like, yeah, if there was, like, thousands of people, it'd be a lot better to do. But, I mean, we just need community. We need people caring about Pokemon. I don't even know when Pokemon's going to end. I'd be alright if Gen 8 was last gen, and then they just kept making better Pokemon games. Because, like, here's the ideal. Gen 8, Gen 4 remakes, Let's Go Johto, and then a Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Nintendo Switch, or maybe even by then the new console. Like, once we get a competitive Pokemon battle simulator. So if they make Battle Revolution as a competitive Pokemon battle simulator, that would last for years. That would be like the only thing Pokemon needs for a long time. Or maybe, you know, they do Gen 8 and then they do an all-region, all-Pokemon game as like their big finale or something. And then they make a couple more Let's Go games and a few more remakes. Like, Pokemon has a really good 10-year roadmap, I feel. If they play it out well, and they don't even need to make a Gen 9. Pokemon can't get better with Let's Go holding it back? No, Let's Go is making Pokemon better. There's nothing about Let's Go that's holding Pokemon back in any capacity. I like how this guide just kind of like trailed off into a long video, but that was kind of the idea. Hopefully YouTube still promotes it because it gets good enough watch time. Like, now we're just kind of showing the overall beauty of Let's Go. I have no idea why I walked in the Pokemon Mart. I want to actually go into Pokemon Center so I can refresh my PP and beat Blue. When I'm flying, I can find Dragonite Charizard. I mean, you just need a catch combo, and Dragonite Charizard's really easy. Alright, we beat Blue, we call it a day, we have a lot of money, and then we see what we do next time. Let's Go Johto 2020. 2020 needs to be Gen 4 remakes. I really want the Underground. And then we need Let's Go Johto 2021. And then we need Battle Revolution Simulator. Or Battle Revolution Simulator, then Let's Go Johto. Any of those. Just a good game that people don't hate. Which will never happen, so never mind. That means that entire last minute of discussion was a complete waste. And now I'm just going to give you that clicky-clack ASMR as we payday all of Blue's Pokemon down. I have no idea what you're talking about when you say two $60 games. Like, that's how Pokemon is. Having having a split version changes nothing about the quality of the games. Because it's just the same exact thing, but a few minor changes that take maybe a day to program. Gen 6 was peak 3DS graphics, new type. Yeah, Gen 6 had the strongest Pokemon community. Everyone came together. Like, I went out to IHOP and Denny's, and we just played Pokemon all night. Every week. Every other week, we would just get together, and we'd work. The shiny hunting was bigger for Pokemon Let's Go than... Or not Let's Go, for Generation 6. You know, there were people doing things. Hacking wasn't as big. You know, hacking wasn't instant, so people were actually playing legitimately for a while. I feel like more people put more time into breeding and getting their own competitive teams and trading and swapping Pokemon and stuff. So people just enjoyed Pokemon back then, and it went really well. And then it went away. Gen 4 was the best competitive. Gen 6 was the best community. Let's Go is the second best game, and Heart Gold Soul Silver is the best. Like that's your definitive list of how Pokemon works. Hope there's a rebirth. I don't even know if that's possible. Like, Let's Go should have been the rebirth. And unless Gen 8 is Breath of the Wild Pokemon, it's not going to be the rebirth on Gen 8. So it might be Gen 4, it might be a Battle Revolution simulator. Pokemon needs a reset, and Let's Go definitely was the answer. But the community is just dead. The community wasn't in a healthy enough state to handle Let's Go. I don't think they're going to introduce a new type for Eevee. That's already played out. I think it's going to be a normal evolution. So that makes the only sense as a standalone evolution. And just a better Eevee would be cool. Yeah, I completed the Pokedex, so technically I have like full shiny odds all the time, or like optimal shiny odds. Tons of money. Alright, look at that. Look at how good we're set up right now. We've got all kinds of goods. Bought a lot of Ultra Balls today. We've got 3 gold bottle caps. Can sell these big pearls and nuggets whenever I want. That's more money. 17 bottle caps. Don't really have anything to do with those fossils. It's looking good. We got 2 legendaries. Alright, I think that was a great time to end the stream. So guys, enjoy the stream. Have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.